Hi everybody, Norman Van Aken here with the Treasure Book series. I don't know about you, but when I was a little kid, I was encouraged to go to the dictionary when I did not know a word. When our grandmother came to live with us, a new rule was imposed, which was that if one of us slipped and said a bad word, we needed to go over to the dictionary and find a word we did not know and learn it and use it in a sentence, because she said that bad words were, or swear words were, the mark of a poor vocabulary, and she wanted to make sure that we did not have a poor vocabulary. So dictionaries, this is the dictionary we have at our house right now. It's a beautiful thick book, and of course all of this goes back to before the internet, before smartphones, before Google, before all of that. This was a way out to learn how to improve one's vocabulary. Another kind of vocabulary came along in my life when it came to cooking, and that was the vocabulary of cuisine. Those of you who have watched the Treasure Book series before already know that I'm hugely enamored with the books and book learning and with things that you could learn that you didn't necessarily learn in the kitchens. This was the first copy of this book called the Larousse Gastronomique that came into my possession in a used bookstore. This one was published long before I bought it, maybe a decade plus before I bought it, which was 1968 that it was published, 29th printing. And the preface here is by none other than Auguste Escoffier. The first one was published in 1938. Why is this book a treasure book? Well, if you're a non-French speaking young cook working anywhere and you're coming across the classic terminology of the restaurants of that time, you would be mystified by so much of it, what was being said. This is a menu, this beautiful menu from when we went to Chef Roger Verger's restaurant. This happens to be the dessert menu. If you went through this menu, you would see many classical presentations, many words that would not be familiar to you if you went to PS 109 New York City, or like me, Diamond Lake Elementary in Diamond Lake, Illinois. No. And if you wanted to make your way in the world and get past being a line cook your whole life, that meant you better apply yourself. Words are an amazingly powerful thing. It's been noted that William Shakespeare ostensibly has brought over 2,000 words into the English language, words that range from anchovy to puppy dog. More modern writers with great vocabularies would include Nabokov, James Joyce, Thomas Pynchon, and others. Getting back to cuisine. All right, here is a more modern version of Larousse Gastronomique. This one edited by Jennifer Harvey Lang. I don't know how many people would know this. Oh, look, with over 4,000 recipes and 1,000 color illustrations. Hugely important before the age of the internet. Miss Lang, Harvey's her maiden name, was married to the New York restaurateur Georges Lang. Georges Lang came from Hungary. He opened up in New York City and had Café des Artistes, which was a beautiful restaurant to go to. You can jump in anywhere into a book like this. Inside of Chef Verger's menu was the autograph that he put for me. None of this is germane to Larousse Gastronomique, but I love keeping those types of things together. Here, the classification of cheeses. Okay, just, you know, I didn't go to cooking school, but I wanted to learn, and this was a way. Buying a book like this definitely was an expense. But to me, it was not going to school, it was my school. And so I, when I could, bought a book like this one. And I would read it and mark in it and keep my notebooks. Here's color illustrations. This is just the best. I mean, this is a way to learn. And I don't buy this whole world of AI in the sense of, well, you can just ask a question into your phone and you're going to get the whole classification of cheeses. Or for that matter, the 1855 classification of wines. Sure, but how well are you going to remember that? The person who is an actor that goes on the stage and does a character, whether it's Macbeth or something more modern, they're going to have the play imprinted so much more fully upon them because of the line by line studying of what's in the script. What's this? Okay, perfect. Restaurant Charlie in Las Vegas. That was my bookmark. Where was that at? Oh, okay, it's here. The word is daub, a method of braising meat, beef, mutton, turkey, goose, pheasant, rabbit, pork, chicken, certain vegetables. It goes on. But the thing about Larousse is that it starts with something like this, daub, and then it goes into the recipes with their classical names. Here's daub of beef à la Bernaise. Here's daub of beef à la Provençale. And so there is this kind of association of dishes that then, if you're using your noodle, you are going to be able to go to your specials and show food in various ways. If you were a magician, you would study Houdini. And if you're a chef, I urge you to study things like these heavy-duty reference books. And yes, from this one, came out in the 30s. Is that right? It came out a long time ago. Yeah, 30s. And this one came out in the late 60s. The thing that changed was the incorporation of more international cuisine, which was really important to us cooking in the USA because we were not confined nor schooled as steeply in the European tradition as you would have been had you been born and raised in Lyon, say. By being born and raised in the United States, so many different influences, the full range, the full gamut. The Larousse Gastronomique, well, I don't know if they're ever going to publish another one, but it is a treasure book. And look at this beautiful painting. It's just enriching. That's what it is, and that's where we'll leave it. The enrichment of books. And of course, I highlighted this one right here, camera lady. Go ahead and close in on this word here. We're studying Larousse Gastronomique, so what word did we highlight out of our dictionary? Gastronome. All right, my fellow gastronomes, my fellow book lovers, I hope you've had a nice time with us this short period of today, and I hope to see you again very soon. In the meantime, I'll be reading this. Have a great night. Bye-bye.